The day is also celebrated with church services, exchange of gifts, visits to places of interest, and huge feast, as well as a display of Christmas decorations such as Christmas tree and lights. Because of its importance, the period has equally become a significant event in Christendom, but this year's celebration is quite different owing to the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Restrictions are placed on church services and large gatherings with strict adherence to guidelines to contain the spread of the virus. And here in Nigeria, Christian faithful also joined the celebration with church services held in some states across the country. Although the COVID-19 restrictions may have slowed down the turnout in some parishes, the true essence of the celebration is, however, not lost. It's all about thanksgiving and praise to the Almighty for another Christmas at one of the churches visited.
Let the essence of Christmas, which brought about our salvation, not go without touching our lives, that we may be renewed and turn a new leaf. Receiving the Holy Spirit will enable us to live a victorious Christian life and will make God's salvation brought by Christ to be meaningful in our lives. No wonder we are called with Mary today to ponder on the deeper meaning of the birth of Jesus Christ, so that with the shepherd we may be moved to glory and praise of God.
Meanwhile, Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun has felicitated Christians as they celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ today. The governor on his Twitter handle also encouraged all residents of the state to be cheerful, benevolent, grateful for surviving the unforeseen pandemic. He cautioned that all things must be done in moderate. Governor Abiodun also implored all residents to adhere to all the COVID-19 guidelines, especially as regards social gatherings, wearing of nose masks, and regular hand washing. In the meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari has asked Nigerians to give the military more time and support to fight insecurity in the nation. The president made the appeal yesterday in his Christmas message to Nigerians. President Buhari noted the Christmas season represents joy, peace, hope, love, goodwill, and imminent salvation, adding that these values which Jesus' advent symbolize are very much needed in our country at this time when we are confronted with diverse challenges like rising spate of armed banditry, kidnappings, insurgency, economic recession, and an upsurge of COVID-19 infection. The president commended the armed forces for their efforts so far, urging them to do more to checkmate increasing incidents of security threats, especially in the northern part of the country, as well as the entire nation in varying degrees. He appealed to Christians to use this season of goodwill and joy to renew their faith in the ability of his administration to make a lasting difference in the lives of hardworking Nigerians. Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has urged Nigerians to use the Christmas and Yuletide celebrations to rekindle hope and trust in God's divine intervention in the affairs of the nation. It made the appeal in a statement by its National Secretary Kola Ologbondiyan to commemorate this year's Christmas. The party believes Christmas rekindles faith that all hope is not lost for Nigeria, claiming that the values of the current administration have led to widespread economic hardship and worsened insecurity in the country. It also decried that under the circumstances, most families have nothing to celebrate with, as many were mourning the losses from the increased rate of insecurity. The PDP prayed to God for healing, stability and prosperity of the country, as well as blissful Christmas and Yuletide celebrations. And to the COVID-19 update, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) has recorded 1,041 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the total number of infections in the country to 81,963. The NCDC disclosed this on its Twitter handle on Thursday night. Of the new cases, Lagos had 316, FCT 210, Kaduna 83, Plateau 70, Gombe and Oyo 56 cases each, Katsina 47, Nasarawa 35, Kano 33, Ogun 21, Rivers 17, Niger and Imo 14 cases each, Delta, Edo and Kwara 12 cases each, Benue 9, Anambra 8, Taraba and Ekiti 4 cases each, Ebonyi 6, Bayelsa and Sokoto with 1 case each. So far, 69,651 people have been discharged, while 1,242 deaths have been recorded. You've been listening to Global Updates on Fresh 107.9 FM, Abeokuta. Still to come on the foreign scene. Ethiopian military kills 40 after 100 massacred. In sport, LA Lakers LeBron James ready to go for Christmas Day clash with Mavericks. Stay with Fresh 107.9 FM. Welcome back, and now to the rest of the news. Ethiopia's military has killed more than 40 men suspected to be linked to the massacre of at least 100 people, including children, in the Benishangul Gumuz region. Reports say 5 current and former government officials were also detained over the security crisis. The assailants touched the homes of sleeping villagers and shot and stabbed people in Wednesday's attack. The attack came a day after Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed visited the region. At least 20 migrants have died after their boat capsized in the Mediterranean and off the coast of Tunisia. Tunisian Coast Guard boats retrieved the bodies of the coastal city of Sfax in central Tunisia on Thursday. A search is continuing for at least 20 more people who are still missing. 5 survivors have been rescued. The boat, with an estimated 45 people on board, said to be from sub-Saharan Africa, was trying to reach Italy. National Guard spokesman Ali Ayari told the Associated Press that overloaded and in poor condition, the vessel faced strong winds that may have contributed to the sinking. And in the U.S., all airline passengers arriving in the country from the U.K. are now required to test negative for COVID-19 within 72 hours of departure amid concerns about a new coronavirus variant. From December 28, travelers will need to provide written documentation of their lab test result to airlines. The decision by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control, CDC, and Prevention to require testing came after New York City introduced quarantine rules for international travelers in response to the variant. Health officials say there is no evidence the new variant was more deadly or would react to vaccines, but it was proven to be up to 70% more transmissible. In business, European Union ambassadors are to receive a Christmas Day briefing on the post-Brexit trade deal reached with the UK. EU Chief Negotiator Michael Barnier will update the diplomats on the agreement reached after a month of fraught talks on fishing rights and business rules. The UK is set to exit EU trading rules on December 31, a year after officially leaving the 27-nation bloc. Members of Parliament are still waiting to see the full text of the free trade deal ahead of a vote in Parliament on December 30. And in the sporting arena, Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James says he's ready for the Christmas Day clash with the Dallas Mavericks. James rolled his left ankle in the Lakers' season-opening NBA loss to city rivals, the Los Angeles Clippers, at Staples Center on Tuesday. 35-year-old posted 22 points in only 28 minutes for the defending champions after turning his ankle in the second half. James told reporters on Thursday that he has never missed a Christmas Day game, hence he will be available for today's clash.
We have a game plan going into tomorrow, and, things are going to have to change on the fly. They're a very good team, and Luke is an exceptional talent in our league, a great talent in our league, obviously. And we look forward to the challenge, and just getting out there and being able to play on Christmas is always a treat. So look forward to the matchup.
Before we end the global update on Fresh 107.9 FM Abeokuta, here is a recap of the main stories. We told you that Nigerians today joined the rest of the world to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ on a low key. On the foreign scene, Ethiopia's military has killed more than 40 men suspected to be linked to the massacre of at least 100 people. And in sport, Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James has said he's ready for the Christmas Day clash with Dallas Mavericks. And that's the global update on Fresh 107.9 FM Abeokuta, as edited